Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpacktrader training room for Tuesday, March the 28th, 2023. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not to be considered individual financial advice. Trading of this type carries substantial risk and should only be attempted with funds that you can afford to do without. Right. Crude oil. Got in sync back here with this 837 trade setup. Gets in sync right here around 9 o'clock. A few seconds after. Meanders about, finally comes down, picks up targets 1 and 2. Good morning, Arizona Bob. Good morning, Pamela. So 2 targets, 1 and done for crude this morning. And let's see how much those were worth. 18 and 29, so 47 ticks this morning. Nice start to the morning. Still trailing if you're using a trailer. Pound Aussie also in a short trade. Let's see if I can take a look at unleaded gas. Picks up a trade just a few seconds after our start time. Gets in sync right here when it comes back up, and then stops and reverses. So we go from 464, stop and reverse adjustment makes that 481. So 64 to 81, 17 ticks, down 34. Target 1 traders hit, no question here. 47 ticks, that's going to be enough to get you positive. Target 2 traders you get within 1 tick at a major key level. So I would definitely take some profit out of that, whether it's mark it out of the position at that point or take profit at target, put that position stop up to target 1, but at least get something out of that. And then you get a partial stopping out at 507 from 81 is another 26 ticks. So definitely should be positive on those 2 trades and a POQ session on 2 trades. Pound Aussie trade I've mentioned. Got short at 438. Money management and target 1 were at 426. At just the minimum 12 ticks, and with about a 3 pip spread this morning, I'm not going to take profit there. I'm going to go ahead and move my target down to target 2. We did get target 2, so 2 positions come off there, and we're now trailing at 84.36. Market just opened. And YM is flat. The early trades stopping, reversing, and then stopping out. So we are flat, waiting for a trade on the YM. YM at session lows. The Russell actually, that long trade looks like it's not avoidable. That's a loss off the bat on the long, and then we pick up the short that looks to be a good, and we just triggered in for sure on the short. So the Russell is short, and we did get POQ on unleaded, so I'll bring up this is the one I want. The micro NQ. Still flat on the YM. And we have a couple of quick trades. And long was definitely too fast to get into. The short. The short is a trade we should be in. And just around the 50, I would say. So 50 is at 47.25, which was also our entry. I'd say go ahead and bring that down to 46.75. And definitely in the trade. And stopping and reversing at 51.25. So now long on soybeans. Ooh. Oh yes, we got a break-even stop out on the Russell on the short. Long didn't trigger. Now we've triggered another short that's also gotten to break even is a break even stop out. So one loss, two break evens. And we're coming up to our start time on the micro NQ, 4 minutes after the hour, or after the market open. 8:34 exchange time. My charts are showing Eastern time. Exchange time is Central, so 8:34 exchange time. Exchange time being U.S. Central Daylight Time. And a long trade on the Russell now. YM did pick up a long also. Did we go through that too fast? I wasn't watching it. No, it looks like that should be in trade that we got into. So that's going to be a one and done session. Already getting target one for 26 ticks. And trailing Russell hitting money management. Stop comes up to 60.7. And target 3, that's a win. We have a potential stop and reverse on soybeans. 48.75. Right there. So we actually remain in the original long trade and getting up to the session high and pushing a tick through it. So now we're looking for our and that's also we hit the stop on the stop and reverse, so that takes it off the table because we had hit the entry. So we come back to our original entry. Stop and reverse is off the table now. We have a 13 tick target 1. So still working on that. And good morning, Monty. YM hitting target 2, trailer at 614. Spotlight 14 point range bar, or 14 ticks, 14 point momentum bar on TradeStation, 14 tick range bar on NinjaTrader. The Micro Russell Catapult hitting target 4. So we have targets 3 and 4 trailing at 61.7 now. Micro NQ is flat. That trade came too early. Our trade plan starts at 4 minutes after market open. Crude oil and unleaded, both POQ. And the YM stopping out on the trailer at 614. So we still have the pound Aussie short. The Russell long, 62.9 now for the trailer. And the YM is done. So crude, unleaded, and the YM all POQ. $63.9 for the Micro Russell stop. MNQ is still trailing downward. New session lows. Micro Russell bouncing pretty well off of the session lows, and the YM also off of session lows. Looks like soybeans drifting slowly upward, but it's a back and forth. So we'll have to just wait for it. Hope we don't get reversed out of this. Our stop's well down below the 50 EMA, so that's good news. We're both below the 20 and the 50. 65.9, the Russell going to town. And the pound Aussie trying to make a push for target 3 now. Target 2 already in the books. 2 positions coming off there. I didn't take profit at target 1 because of the spread. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Good trading on Friday and Monday. Soybeans touching the session high again. And the micro M2K micro Russell 66.9 for the stop. So we have what? Our entry was at 60.6, so we got 6.3 points. Interesting divergence. Micro NQ going down to new session lows. The Russell and the YM well off of the session lows. Pound Aussie not quite getting down to target 3. And Russell's still at 66.9. Looks like it's starting to head back higher again. Bit of a pullback, showing the wick, trying to get a reversing bar, but not successful so far. And now the micro NQ looking like it might put in a reversing bar, coming up off of the new session lows. And the Russell closes another up bar. And Russell and the YM back to session open from yesterday evening. That's the yellow, that goldenrod dotted line. $68.4 for the micro Russell trailer. And the MNQ stops out, so the system is now flat, and we're looking for a new trade. Long trade on the micro NQ. If you didn't hit the entry, or if you didn't get an order in, high is at 12.0. put the entry at 1250, 1225, or probably 1250. Yeah, it's going to be a 3-tick adjustment at 12 and a half. The Russell's stopping out at 68.9, 8.3 points, 83 ticks on the trailer. So we have 1 loss, 2 break-evens, and a nice big win. And we can take 2 more trades. We will go all the way to 6 trades this morning on the Russell, as we can take up to 4 wins, so we'll only get to 3 at best and up to 3 losses. Pound Aussie trailer comes down to 431. Picking up another 5 pips on 3 remaining positions. And a new long trade on the Russell. I'd adjust that around the session open to make that 70.9. And the MNQ trade touched the stop, so we did hit the entry before it went down and hit the stop. So that trade is off the table, even if it does go up and ends up being successful. Should be an avoided trade, because it spiked up too quick to, most likely too quick to execute. And soybeans quietly got up to target 1 with the 2-tick stop and reverse adjustment. That is worth 13 ticks. And it's not tracking the trailer as yet. There was where we hit it, so we would be $52. Now let's see. At 52 and a quarter. Yeah. So we stop out right here at 52 and a quarter. From 51 and a quarter, so pick up 4 more ticks times 3 positions. That's another 12 on top of our 13, so we pick up 25 ticks. And now this long trade actually is a get in sync. We weren't dealing with it earlier because We were already in the prior trade, but now it becomes the valid trade when we come back down and we can get in sync right through here. Let's see, we said 46 3/4 to 51 1/4 is 4.5 points. 1618 ticks times 4, 72 ticks. So we picked up 25. So we're down 47 and long again. And loss number 2 on the Russell. Definitely plenty of time to get in that trade. Yeah, over a minute on the entry bar. And the pound Aussie trying one more time to get down to target 3 rather. And gotten within a couple of pips. Soybean setting a new session high, but not able to get up much more than that. Much more than it just got to 14.55 even. And target 3 on the pound Aussie. Another position comes off. And the stop has moved down now to 426, which was our original target 1. $10 a.m. crude session in about 5 minutes. And in trade number 6 now on the Russell. That's a long. And triggering in. May have made an adjustment on that depending on whether or not you got in there initially. Final trade on the Russell. No trade so far on the MNQ. We had the long entry, but that spiked to the entry and then went to the stop. So that trade should have been avoided. And getting very close to money management. 72.1 to 73.3. That's just 12. We need 14. It's got to go 2 more ticks to get to money management. And pound Aussie stop to 423. It looks like the spread opened up a little bit, so I got taken out. I had my spread at 3 pips, and looks like it went to about 3.5 or so. And then, yeah, bid just hit 23, so should be out of that pound Aussie trade. One and done session this morning. Picking up 2 positions at target 2, 1 at target 3, and a partial on target 4 and trail. And a short trade on the micro Russell, but not going to participate in that. We're through we actually had 3 losses as well as 6 trades, so we are done for the day on micro Russell. Short trade on the micro NQ though. $6.90 3/4. And definitely in that now. All 3 indices starting to turn down. Slow movement at the moment. Another minute to our crude oil inventory, or not inventory, but crude oil 10 a.m. mini session. We will be looking for a new trade. That trade has gone too far. And in our session, that's a filtered trade. Yeah, that's filtered by the crossover filter. And still in the crossover on the second bar, but then it looks like it's separating. Nope, still at the crossover point. And the micro NQ hitting target 1 and pulling back for a break-even stop out. Overall trend looks to be upward on crude, so I'm going to leave that trade alone. So the micro NQ with its first trade break even. Soybean still in the get in sync long. Testing the its 50 EMA. Where do we go? We have not got an oversold reading, so we're not going to get along here. And we're not close to close enough to the moving averages to get anything off of those. So it looks like the nearest thing would be a short coming back. Unless we get, and we just got the crossover cleared, looks like. Did we ever get a separation back? That's our. Now this will be interesting to see what our bar count is, because our first bar with an actual cross, we were at the same level there for about 3 bars. First bar with an actual cross is here. And it looks like it's starting counting from there, because 8 would have been the down bar, the light gray down bar, 2 bars back. And the micro NQ with a long now. This could get interesting. Market indices seem to be in consolidation mode. The Russell and the YM consolidating the up move from the session low, and the micro NQ consolidating the move down to the new session lows. YM looking like it might want to break out higher. Micro Russell and the Micro NQ, not sure. Oh yeah, session high is up there at 783, so we've got 83 points to go to that. And YM exceeding the last two swing highs. See if the other two indices will follow, or if it falls back to match them again. Russell looks like it's trying to follow. And there's a long trade on crude. So crude long from 73.11, looking for 73.23 for money management. There's money management. Target at 25, it looks like. Stop moves up to 73.12, and we've hit target 1, so that's going to be a POQ session. This will be one and done. MNQ still long. Soybean still long. 3 active trades, all on the long side. Two out of the 3 in positive territory. Crude climbing toward target 2. $73.33. Gotten to 32. Looks like we penetrated the quarter century mark. I'm going to let this one ride. See if 73.25 will provide us some support at this point. Money management on the micro NQ, so this will be at least a break-even trade. 703 flat for the trailer. Now back down around the 73.25 mark. We'll have to see what happens. It'll be a shame if this one comes back to just a break-even stop after that, after getting within one tick of target. That would be a place to take profit, but given that particular move and where it was, I thought about leaving it with the 73.25 below for some support. Could have been the wrong play. We'll see. That's an add-on white trade. Soybeans moving higher now, new session high. And a solid up move from soybeans, all 56.25 now for the high. We are looking for 57.25, so 4 more ticks. That's all we need there. Looks like the energy markets are getting a little bit spooked by global affairs, moving up several dollars since the end of last week. Last Thursday we were down in the 60s. Even the mid $60 a barrel. So we're up about almost 10%. Just about 10%, because we were down in as low as $66 a barrel late last week. That's a $7 move. All right. Trying to see if crude will finish off at second position and get us on. And look, oh, this is not good. I may get if we get an up bar, we'll get a couple of tick move of the stop. There's crude moving to 73.14 for the stop. Getting up around the quarter century mark again, up around that 25-cent area. Micro NQ getting up close to target 2. Looks like we might have hit it. Target 2 was 731 1/4, and we got as high as 731. Hit it on the nose. So that is a winning trade on the Micro NQ. Trade number 2 is a win. Trade number 1 was a break even. 73.17. For the stop. And there's target 2 at 33. So both targets, 14 and 22, another 36 ticks on that trade. MNQ gets a winning trade. And looks like the Russell, not the Russell, the soybeans gets a winning trade as well. Picking up 14 ticks. So we were down 47. That brings us to 33. Unfortunately, we're going to have to track this one manually. 54 flat for the current stop on soybeans. Yeah, actually, it should track. Yeah, we should get a stop move at close of this bar to 54 flat. That's an add-on white trade that didn't get a chance to get in, but that would have been an add-on anyway. And 73.24 now for the trailer on crude. That trade is done on the basic trade plan with just targets 1 and 2. Alright, looks like we're kind of dwindling here. Looks like soybeans isn't really looking to go on a run this morning. What are our other targets there? 22 ticks to the next target. That would go a long way to getting us positive. Currently down 33. I expect if we get to that one, we'll be pretty close to The trailer definitely should get us to positive. If we can get to a target 2 win, back up to the target 1 again. Yeah, we just need one tick one way or the other to close that bar. We've got our 5 ticks, but it hasn't gone one tick beyond to close it as required by the momentum bar or the NinjaTrader range bar. The close will either be 57.25 or 56 flat. Good time for questions or comments. And there is our, so it did close down. There is our stop at 54 flat. That little green dot right there. So that's at least another 3 ticks. Actually, if we get another 11 ticks, so that would be 56 3/4. That will get us positive. Have a good one, Pamela. Soybeans trying another run. Another run at that 57 1/4 level. And this bar is going to close probably 57.50 if it closes up. Looks like this bar is 5 ticks as well, and just looking for a yep, 57 1/4 to close it. Yep, it will close at 57 flat. If we close up, if we close down, it'll close at 55 3/4. And the stop is not going to go anywhere on this bar. Micro NQ stopping out for a target 2 win and break-even stop on the rest of the trade. And there we go. pushing up through that 57 and a quarter mark, setting a new session high again at 57.50. So far, still not moving the stop. All right, folks, we're down to, looks like just 3 of us. So I think things are moving slowly. Unless folks have questions, I'm going to call it a morning. I'll wait 2 or 3 more minutes, see if there are any questions. Thank you, Monty. Another short trade on the micro NQ. $6.99 3/4. Definitely short on the micro NQ. Catapult chart. All right. It's 10:30. Okay, we'll see you Thursday, Monte. Actually, am I going to see you in office hours today? I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. Everybody have a good afternoon. CEO Trader Mastermind Group office hours training at noon today. Or no, yeah, noon today, 11th on Thursday. So we will see you then. Otherwise, see you at 9:30 tomorrow morning.